Facebook is the biggest, stupid. Oh, okay, we're live. Hello, and welcome to this special edition of the Peasant Revolution Band Variety Hour. Tonight is our special Christmas episode, and I like to warm things up with a nice tune here. We sing around the holidays. And this one goes out to my sister Sarah and my mother and my other sister Teresa, and to the Force. May the Force be with us all for the rest of this year anyway. Okay, it goes something like this. I forget the words sometimes. Maybe help me. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Feel the Yuletide turn, and for every folly life I've learned, I grow sick and tired. I'm scared of living, afraid of dying. That old man River, he just keeps singing. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. I love this time of year. It's a special time of year, and as you can maybe tell, we have a special guest with us. We do not have the band. The band was supposed to be here today, and I guess there's like union regulations that they need the day off in America. I don't know why I'm even working in America anymore. These things that come up. Anyway, but our special guest, Dot of Dot's Famous Squash is here. Dot Squash, right? You're
Dot's
the squash lady.
Decorative Squash.
Decorative
yes.
Squash.
Thank you for having me.
Dottie, thank you so much for coming all the way
Hello.
over to the studio on Christmas.
Thank you.
Yes. Perhaps you might want to talk into that microphone. It might be better for the...
Oh, right into this?
Yep, just like that. Yes, and I'll try and talk into this one. I might need to take it with me. But yeah, so Dottie, what do you do to prepare for this time of year with your decorative squash store?
Well, we're pretty much on drying season. So after we harvest the squash in, say October, November.
Yes.
Then we sort of arrange them in various decorative ways. And then we sort of, just enjoy looking at them, rearranging them.
Right. Is there a particular, do they come in different types, or is squash just all one kind of squash type?
Oh, no. There are delicata squash.
Wow.
There are acorn squash.
Okay.
Summer squash, those are long gone by now.
So you can't get summer squash in the dead of winter?
You can.
You can't?
Hydroponics.
Wow. Hydroponics.
Science, yes, does play a role.
It does. How much science plays a role in Dot's decorative squash store as far as your day-to-day operation?
Oh, well...
Like if you were a child in school and studying subjects, how much science would you need to do the decorative squash business?
Not too terribly much.
Okay.
No, you need to know the natural sciences, rain.
Yes.
Soil conditions.
Now see, that's where it gets tricky from my understanding.
It's all to do with chemicals.
Rain I get, but soil, chemicors, ooh.
Yeah. It's sort of like earth, wind, and fire.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
in science.
Boy, give me a good historical periodical to read, and that's where my heart lies.
Yes,
Tell you.
there is a beauty in science.
Well, listen, Dot, can you stay with us for the...
I don't mind at all.
Oh, that was wonderful.
No,
that was wonderful.
No, this is the slow time. You just look at the squash and sort of enjoy them.
Cool. And we're going to look at some squash, but first I'm going to pay some bills real quick. But first, let's tell the people what we're watching. You're watching the Peasant Revolution Band Variety Hour. Okay, and we're back. We're back with Dottie of Dot's Decorative Squash Store. And Dottie, so kind to join us when the rest of my band couldn't, for some reason, called Christmas. But
we have gifts for them.
You have gifts? For the band.
Oh yeah, we have all kinds of gifts here. I have a gift for you.
Oh, that is so sweet, Dottie.
Yes,
really.
Just for giving us the chance to come on and advertise the 90% off sale.
Oh, really? 90% off squash?
90% off.
Wow, that's a deal. That is a deal, folks.
Yeah, we're going out of business.
Wow, it's so sad to hear. Now, you've been going out of business for a while. Do you plan on going out of business next year, too?
Well, we'll have to see about it.
I always believe in dragging things out as long as humanly possible.
If we renew our community garden plot, we may have a chance to
another shot, or do you start a new store?
Well, it depends on how this inventory, going out of business sale goes.
Okay, I got you. Well, I can't wait. I'm going to open it. Let's see what we have here.
Wonderful.
I love Christmas this time of year because it makes you think about the special things, giving and how people care for each other. And the thought, it's just a squash, isn't it?
It's a decorative squash.
It's a decorative squash. That's cool.
Oh,
That's great. Yeah.
It's one of our last remaining delicata.
This is a delicata decorative squash.
Yeah.
Wow. Hello.
It'll stand right up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this?
That's the beauty of it. It's like a weeble. It wobbles, but it won't fall down.
Oh, this side, maybe. Oh, you can. It's kind of a bit
it's
of a
almost
dreidel.
Yes, a top.
There's like this
That's
is
why they call it delicata,
this is a holiday
tops are delicate.
squash. You can cover several different holidays. It's amazing the different.
It's like a
uses
religious symbol of our.
Human's virility, or human virility, perhaps.
That too.
I don't know. That is phenomenal. So let's not let Dot's Decorative go to waste. We got a 90% sale going right now, so you best get yourselves down there. Get all the squash you can.
Thank you.
I imagine it's really cheap now with Thanksgiving, and Christmas out of the way.
It's still edible. You can dry it or eat it.
This New Year's, if you don't have squash in your New Year's Eve stockings, I don't know what you're doing.
Right.
Well, hang on. Before we look at... Is this for the fellas, too? Here, I see some more gifts.
Yeah, our
'Cause
stage manager, or my husband,
Uh-huh.
wanted to give this to your bass player, I believe.
Oh, to Steve?
Yes.
Well, Steve, how about that? Cool. I guess since Steve's not here, I'm going to go ahead and open it for him.
Great
We'll
idea.
see what,
He may be tuning in. Hi, Steve.
he had a busy night. We were hoping to get him here. He's got a famous Charlie Mingus eggnog recipe that he was going to show us, but he was making it, and I guess he didn't get over here. Whoa! Look at this guy! Wow, this is one of them rare. This is a Mustang, and it's got buttons and things. Oh, look at that! Wow, it's an old bass guitar.
That's heavy.
Boy, this is heavy metal.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. And you could put this on the green screen and it will disappear.
Buttons and everything.
You will just see the string. What do these buttons do? Jeez, something just lit up here. Weird. Let's put that away.
Yeah.
Weird. I don't want to play with that voodoo. Okay, I'm sure I will make sure that Steve gets this.
Great.
I think this is actually it's in pretty good tune. It's in pretty good.
This is for the comedian.
The comedian.
No.
Is that me?
No, I know his name.
The other comedian, not
Yes.
me. Right.
Yes.
The drummer guy.
The serious comedian.
Yeah. The dude. Yeah. He's not gonna mind me opening this up right now. He is down there in Salem doing what he does down there. And we'll see what we have. Oh boy, I think I know what this is. I recognize those feet anywhere. This is one of them old, it's one of them tape deck things. It's like, you can dub the tapes. For
internally.
cassettes. Yeah.
Oh!
So like, I can put an old broken down cassette in this side, and then record it onto a brand new empty cassette if they still make them.
Wow!
I don't know if they make them anymore.
Yeah.
But as soon as we get, or if we can find some old blank ones, they go on this side. I remember that stuff, man. That's old technology.
Fresh.
Crazy. Well, that is so sweet of you,
You want
Dottie.
to save the wrapping paper? You're welcome.
There's a tape on the floor. I'm going to.
Our stage manager has just pointed out the fact that there is a tape that goes with the tape deck.
Oh, really? Wow. This is.
Is that old or fresh?
Boy, this is some deep old stuff. Tusk. Whoa. Check this out. It's the kids from Tusk. That's some record stuff right there. But it's on cassette, not record. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's the Fleetwood Mac kids. How about that? That Tusk or Tush? I thought it was Tush.
I think
Tusk.
it's Tusk.
Tusk, not Tush. Okay. Okay. Well, let's take a commercial break while we're at it.
Carrington Chair Store is having our great Christmas Day sale through the end of the year. I know you've got old chairs around your house. Get some new chairs. We've got great chairs. We've got fancy, comfortable chairs. We've got incredible handmade seating. We've got dinette set chairs. We got metal and those poofy, comfortable chairs. And if you need a wooden chair, we've got those too. In our basement, you can get chairs for your car or a beanbag chair. Hey, look, there's comedian Sid Sebastian in our showroom. With deals too explosive to miss.
We're back. Wow, that was great. We got good old Sid Sebastian there. Hopefully we'll be hearing more from him in a little while.
Yeah.
But
Great
wow,
to sit
what an
down.
extraordinary Christmas season we're having here. Well, let's talk a little bit about that. In my family, we used to do the tradition of Christmas where everyone would complain about what they have and what they wanted throughout the year. And then when it was Christmas time, it would change and we'd kind of get some things, but then it would start all over pretty much January 2nd or so. It's like, oh, out with the old stuff. So one of the things that I valued during this time of year was the manger scene, I think they call it, or nativity, something to that effect.
Creche, the nativity, the manger scene.
Yes, with the crib and the baby Jesus
Yes.
crib, and like so my mom would hide that until Christmas Day. So the baby Jesus would not appear until Christmas Day.
Oh.
Right? But then we'd all go looking for it. And the other aspect of it was there were the 3 wise men, and they didn't get there till,
Right.
I guess, a little
They
ways
felt
after.
like it was Easter by the time they
Is
got
that when
there,
they
'cause
got
had to
there, or
walk.
was it New Year's, or I don't...
It just felt
Valentine's
it was
Day?
like
Is that what that's
movie
from?
Ishtar.
Okay.
Like,
Ishtar. They were like, yes,
they had a long walk ahead of them.
They were like
seems
struggling musicians from Manhattan, and they decided to become wise men instead.
But they didn't have many supplies, or they didn't have any squash.
Well, so
It wasn't like a party.
right, no incense, myrrh, no squash.
Right.
So the fun part about that was the wise men would move all around the house, and so their journey was, and we could sometimes
Because they were small.
They're
so
little
it seemed like a long way
figurines,
for
and
them.
sometimes my G.I. Joe guys
Right.
or the Star Wars figures would help them get to where they're going. But then, there's Darth Vader. He's got baby Jesus, and I got really twisted toward the end there.
He's like,
As
"I'm
we
not
got older.
Well,
When I'm like 32,
like,
we
no, you
probably
don't
shouldn't be doing this.
understand. My
Right.
Father is the Holy Lord in heaven.
Right. Right. Is it metaphor? Is Darth Vader the Holy Father in heaven?
No.
Okay. Because there's
I
something
believe
about
no.
I think God has a higher midi-chlorian count.
because
Maybe
he's like very cocky. From
right,
what I've seen
right.
of the movie.
But he's a Dark Lord. He's not the real Lord.
Right. He thinks he's just like God.
Yeah. Sometimes Yoda got that way, didn't he? A little bit of a Yoda complex, I call it. It's like, oh, that guy over there, he's got a Yoda complex.
You want to believe that Yoda's wise. You just I don't
Is he
know.
wise,
I mean,
or is he
he's so
just a crazy
small.
old fool?
I don't know. I'd have to meet the real Yoda in person. Like, I don't think you can.
I would
judge
like
him
to
based on the
meet.
character in a movie.
I would like to meet Frank Oz. I think he could set the record straight about Yoda.
Do they know each other personally?
They do, and they also have a certain little green frog between them too, I believe. Or oh no, wait, that guy got fired. Maybe I'm thinking of Fozzie the Bear.
Right. He didn't really even have a job to begin with. He just kind of wandered on the set and started telling jokes.
Bad jokes. The old
He was
guys
like,
have to
waka,
throw 'em
waka,
out.
waka.
Well, I think I wanted to take a look at some things here, but let's go to another commercial break real quick. We've got quite a few to pay some bills this year, this time of year. Okay, happy 2017, everybody. We're almost closing in on it. You're watching the Peasant Revolution Band Variety Hour. I'm your host, Jeff Dodge. We have Dottie as our guest, and we'll be back in just a minute.
Hey, well, let me tell you something. Merry Christmas, everybody. Sid Sebastian, as you know. And I gotta tell you, this is the time of year where I'm thinking about goodwill to all people, all kinds of people. And really, what's gonna get me to do that is to drink some Safford Brothers Downtown Blend Taste the City coffee, because that's really what regulates my mood at this point. I'm lucky to be able to do that with just coffee. But, I just want to wish everybody a happy holiday, season's greetings. Happy New Year, just goodwill, because what else do we have? If we don't have goodwill, we got nothing. We got nothing. So enjoy the coffee and just peace out, everybody. Love you, Sid.
Oh, that's Sid. I just
he's delightful.
He's a wonderful
like
person. Hopefully he'll be with us all of the 2018. We have been picked up for at least a few episodes in 2018. The Trench Digger kind of wants to do it one at a time, see how it goes. Not that we're in trouble or anything. We're just kind of doing this. So 90% sale.
90% off regular price.
Now, is that on any squash or?
Any squash in the store under 25 pounds.
Or what about the stuff outside the store, around the store, the garden?
If it's outside and you pick it yourself, you pay by the pound.
Oh, by the pound. There you go.
Our prices are 80% off in the pay by the pound department.
Okay, and you guys are the farm right there between Jansen Beach and Sophie Island? Is that
right there in the water.
Okay. Yeah, that's got to be hard to farm, that part of
sometimes.
Land. Better in the summer, I imagine, when it's warmer.
Yeah.
But now, does acorn squash grow in the heat and in the wetness?
It depends on if it's tree acorn squash or ground dwelling.
Tree acorn squash.
If it's the type that creeps along the ground, that doesn't tend to float very well, and the fish get at it. Once the fish get at it, it sort of takes on a kind of a sort of a
like lysine or something.
Yeah, you don't want to have it in your house. So we buy mostly the tree type, and it grows the best out there.
Now, is watermelon a form of squash? I heard
some people think so.
Is it?
Some people think so.
It's green and melanous on the outside.
Right. And
and I don't really like the taste of it, so it kind of has those in common.
You could lump melon in with squash. Yeah. Just like tomato is a vegetable. I mean a fruit. Sorry.
Well, I know you spell it with an E at the end.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah.
Like potato and tomato.
Oh, yeah.
I learned that in school.
I learned that in history.
In history? I learned it from our vice president.
Presidential history.
Yes. Maybe in the 80s? Were you in school in the 80s?
I was.
Wow. I was in school in the 80s, too.
Mm-hmm.
And it is such a blast looking at everything now and from this perspective, because it's almost like it's the 80s again, but worse.
Right.
There's sort of this...
Yes. It's like looking back to not the good old days, but the less worse days.
Well, I remember being in the 80s and going like, God, isn't this decade ever going to end? Mm-hmm. And now I feel like it's 1981 all of a sudden.
Right,
on
it's
steroids.
Almost like Back to the Future.
Yes.
But in reverse.
Like Biff Tannen is ruling the world or something.
Yeah.
Biff Tannen.
I just need a DeLorean, get my ass out of here.
I need to make like a tree and okay, well, I'll tell you what, Dottie, we at the Peasant Revolution Band have been very busy this year, and we've got a new album. Our annual tradition is to release this album. It is not quite available on CD Baby yet or other websites, but you can go to our SoundCloud site, and I'm going to give our audience out there a sneak preview, if that's all right. So
great, yeah.
Let's take a look at that real quick.
See, our love is flying.
think we're back. Yes, now I'm hearing myself. Yeah, so that was the first song of our new album, Love and Anti-War, which will be available soon, next year. January, as early as January, we're thinking, on CD Baby and Amazon and various MySpace. AOL.com might carry our music. And we're still trying to work out a deal with Levitt's. Is Levitt's still doing retail? We might get some in Levitt's and Kmart. So a lot of things up in the air this year for TDP.
I love it in Levitt's.
I have such memories of Levitt's as that was one of those type of department stores where you couldn't find anything you're looking for, but then in the middle of it there'd be like a little cafe restaurant, and you could smoke cigarettes in the middle of it. Do you remember that kind of a thing?
I don't remember that.
Oh boy, yeah, I miss all the places you could smoke cigarettes in the 80s and 90s.
Like the airport.
Oh yeah, there's just all the in Portland it was everywhere. There was so much smoking, and when they finally banned the cigarettes, I mean, yeah, a lot of people got healthier, I think, because of that, but a lot of these places needed to stay smoky. They smelled worse with the smoke gone.
Right.
You know what I mean?
They had to clean, and then they just smelled like cleanser.
It smelled like, well, it smelled like a men's locker room, is what I recall. You know, I don't know if you spent much time. I certainly did in my youth, in the 80s. Smoking in the men's locker room was not acceptable, but, you know, good music ideas there and things of that sort.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna take a look at it.
You can make a squash into a pipe.
A pipe? Can a squash be really?
Oh, sure.
Like
just like a Coke can. You just
like
drill
the
down
Coke
the middle
can
and
thing.
Then,
right.
Yeah.
We used to have some athletes that were into that around Portland.
Yeah. You can just
I never saw them doing a squash.
It.
You eat the evidence. And there's all the remnants.
Now
that
it's
is
legal,
genius.
You don't have to. But you can still buy squash 90% off.
90% off.
And they are decorative.
Decorative only. Do not try eating them.
Right.
Right?
Or using them as pipes.
Okay. So just that we want to get that out there, kind of a disclaimer. I'll tell you what, I'm going to pay some more bills here. We got another ad, and let's see how that's looking.
Just a reminder, Dot's Decorative Squash is closing at the end of the year. We suffered through a disastrous squash crop this year, which made us realize it was time to hang it up. Everything is still 90% off. I want to wish you a happy new year, and I hope you drink some eggnog. We're sad to be closing our doors, but as they say in the decorative squash business, all good things must come to an end. Hello, Dot's Decorative Squash. Dottie speaking.
And we're back. Wow. Dot. Live in the flesh. We have Dot's Decorative Store founder, owner, Dottie, here in person.
Thank you for having us.
It was such a blast to get some of our sponsors here in the studio to talk about our relationship.
It's great fun.
All right, and it is, and we're most of all, we're doing this fun on Christmas Day itself. Mm-hmm. So, Christmas is a time of the year where we like to count our blessings and think about what's special. And I don't know, there's just kind of these things that come to my head that hop in. This snowstorm. We had a snowstorm this week. I guess more of an ice storm, and it's kind of a... I was thinking about how hard it was to walk, and it was just kind of a thing. It's like city sidewalks, city hallways, city council up for election, city ice and de-icers today. Silly laughter, silly unemployed man, silly homeless in the streets. Why can't they be rich and elite like us shoppers? Silver bells, silver bells. It's Christmas time in the city. A ring-a-ling, ding-a-ling. Soon we'll have all your money. And the Goodman family, all the parking, they have taken it for years, making it hard to get cheap beer. And the mayor, he may not look like much, but at least he shows up for work. And he's sure better than that last slob we had. I can't remember his name. Oh yeah, there we go. Silver bells, silver bells. It's Christmas time in the city. Ring-a-ling, ding-a-ling. It's Christmas time this year. Oh yes, that sure takes me back to my youth when this one Christmas in particular where we didn't have much at the family home. In fact, we didn't have any family. I was the only one there. They abandoned me, and I had to I looked for gifts, and there was nothing. There was a can of Spam, and that was all I had for like the week. And it shaped me that week. It shaped me.
Character forming year.
It is, because I didn't know how to open the can of Spam, and I used my own intuition to find a way, and I got it open.
Old-fashioned ingenuity.
Whoa! I just saw some snow coming down there, So I used a hatchet. We hatchet it, and it opens, split right open, and that's kind of what this time of year makes me think about. Hatchets and Spam. It'd be a good effect for a movie. Were you going to do any traveling this year, Doc?
I don't know.
Does the squash store give you the time to leave, or I'm assuming if they're going out of business, you might have a lot of traveling in store.
Oh yeah, in the good years, we would go to the squash festival in Italy.
Wow.
And we just drink wine and look at various different decorative squashes.
Mm-hmm.
Shop for the latest.
I didn't know Italy was the hotbed of squash decoration.
They definitely set the pace for the squash world.
And is there kind of like a more of a goth look to the northern squash, while the southern squash is very hot and open?
Right, the lusty squashes.
Lusty squashes, that's what you call them.
Oh yeah, they are definitely more provocative.
I would love to get me some lusty Italian southern squash.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that sounds
then
like
there's this,
quite a thing.
The stoic, staid sort of northern squash that comes in darker colors.
Almost a Greek squash.
Yeah,
a Greek leaning.
Something
Socratic.
It makes a statement. It's very dramatic. When you serve a northern squash, but those summer days with the southern squash.
Well, soon you'll be having more of them. I hopefully we all will.
In my spare time.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
I plan to do traveling, visiting the origins of squash.
Now, where is that?
The New World and the Old World.
Where is the first historic squash?
Well, when it comes to the hybrid species,
are we talking like
things
hybrid
get a
alien type of thing, or
no, squash?
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I got confused there. Sorry.
Yeah, no, squash is an earthly. It's very organic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So it comes from the earth, and many people, there are various points of view. There's the Old World School, and they mainly subscribe to the idea that squash was brought to the New World.
Oh. Then they didn't have original
pirates.
squash here, or it migrated with the pirates.
It had sort of a. Well, it was an angiosperm, like many squash. Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Flowering plant.
Okay.
And
right. I was thinking of something else.
A viable. They had viable offspring. So it was sort of like this miracle confluence of the various species. It was sort of like an orgy, but with plants.
An orgy of plants.
Yeah, and many different squashes. They branched off from there. It's really a fascinating story. It's all based in science, but there's this element of sexiness.
Yes.
The squash just sort of. Yeah.
No, I would have to say if I was there, I would be like, get a hotel squash. Just get a hotel.
Yeah. There's a type of squash. What is the warted variety, David? What is that?
Is there a decorative squash for hotels?
They do have purely decorative squash. Oh yes, and they're low mold varieties.
Does squash help get rid of your mold in your house? Could you leave a bunch of squashes in areas where there's mold?
It depends on the humidity.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
you have to look it up in the index of American squash.
Yeah.
Yeah, just really drill down.
Well, there's something to that, all right. Hey, I think we're going to take a look at another song off the album here. This one is called. Let's see what it is called. Oh yeah, here is the title track, Love and Anti-War. Coming to you live on the special Christmas episode of the Peasant Revolution Band. One, two, three, four, back. We're back and at the show here in the studio, and you can see our new live streaming apparatus has been added to the studio here. This is some really fascinating technology we're using. This is it's called a streamer, I guess. The short layman's version of it, streamer. We might be able to figure out a way to get it to work with this thing. I think that if we can kind of steampunk these technologies together, we'll have some really good.
We just need enough cords.
Exactly. Dot, tell me, are you familiar with the work of Sid Sebastian?
I'm quite familiar. Oh yeah, I've been a fan for several years.
He's been working with us this season just magnificently. We had a little trouble with a protester, and it got me thinking. Excuse me, I'm having some Christmas stuff come up. Sorry. Some peppermint in my teeth there. But so. He had protesters. Do you run into any protesters in the squash community, and what kind of issues would they have with you over what you're doing for the community?
Well, they're the fish rights people and the grazing rights people, but...
Do you run into trouble with them and getting your squash?
Usually, we're able to shoo them away from the front gates.
Kind of that, hippie thing, right?
Right.
Give the old
out
of here, hippie.
Sometimes we'll burn a little something.
Some incense, and they'll where is that, my people?
Sleep.
Yeah.
Makes them more docile.
Now, are you one of those stores that has that? Hippies can use the rear door sign, or?
No, we don't openly discriminate against hippies. In fact,
it's more of a subtle discrimination.
We have employed hippies in the past.
Right.
Itinerant hippies who would come in and harvest for us, and just sort of, they slept in the barn, which was fine.
Sure.
That was totally
fine. As long as you keep them away from the yippies, right? Because I don't know if some of the people out there remember the yippies.
They wore hats.
Yeah.
And so no one would be able to recognize them as hippies.
Yeah. Okay.
As they were going about their harvesting
kind of let their freak flag fly, and then we're back off to Wall Street.
Right.
Off to Goldman Sachs. I got a plane to catch.
Yeah.
I'm so rich. And no, I'm a hippie on a squash farm. Yippies, I'll tell you, drive me nuts.
Yeah, the hippies.
But that's one for you kids to think about. The yippies. Look it up. It's in the Wikipedia thing. We're going to take a commercial break here real quick. It looks like Jimmy Gimler is back in the house.
Season's greetings from Jimmy Gimler and all the staff at my 97-cent store, where you can save 3 cents on every purchase. Believe me, it adds up. I hope you had a Merry Christmas, and don't forget to have a terrific New Year. We'll be around to save you money and offer you the quality products that we have for sale. I stand by my Suit Salesman Award from 1972. It's always inspired me to be the best businessman I can be. Merry Christmas, everybody, and thanks for shopping at Jimmy Gimler's 97-cent store, where we save you money and make you happy all at the same time.
Back, Jimmy Gimler. Yes, he's a wonderful talent. I used to wear his 1972 collection. I remember that year very vividly. We were just young bucks back then. I was not a hippie. I've dabbled with hippiedom a little bit, but they had issues with me. I'm not a very good joiner. and I wouldn't join in everything they did.
Okay.
So
You wouldn't have been sleeping in the barn.
I would sleep in the barn,
Oh.
but that's more a personal preference because I was brought up that way.
Oh.
So, life on a farm, there's sometimes you just feel more comfortable in the hay with the animals. And, I'll still do that when we're having tough times and things get tight on the money or jobs or work, or
It's nice to have
crawl
a
into
lamb around.
the back little outside house there with an animal and some straw. And just kind of cry myself
I
until
sleep
it
with
goes
a hippo
away.
myself.
A hippopotamus. Now, isn't that illegal to have those?
No.
You can do that in Oregon?
Oh yeah, no,
Okay.
it's totally legal.
That must have been some like weird Charlie Hales thing, because I swear it was like illegal just a few years ago.
Yeah, it was. Sam Adams set the bar pretty low with the hippos.
Well, on that note, it's very sad to say, but our dearly departed Vera Katz has passed away. Wonderful mayor, I think our only 3-term mayor, perhaps, and our drummer Rich, or you know him as the real comedian, but he named his cat after Vera Katz. That's how important of a mayor she was. So this goes out to Vera. We dedicate this show and a lot of things. She was a wonderful, wonderful mayor and did a lot for the Portland community. So, well, on that note, let's take a look at pay some bills.
I don't know what you had for your big Christmas brunch, mimosas, cinnamon rolls, whatever your tradition is. Merry Christmas, everybody, and happy holidays. I sat down with a bowl of crunchy Raisin Bran because I'm pretty much just hooked on the stuff, and that's what I eat. I'm a man of habits. You can't teach an old dog any kind of tricks. And I just kind of need that stuff to stay warm. And, anyway, Crunchy Raisin Bran is my favorite, and it's going to get me through the new year, and whatever it takes to get you through the night, through the new year, the next year, just roll with it, people, but I hope it's a great one. Season's greetings from me to you.
Oh, that Sid. Boy, what a kidder. Love his work. I just have to say, it's a shame saying goodbye to Vera Katz like that. But we do get to say hello to the other Mayor Ted Wheeler, I believe his name is. And boy, has he got his hands full in this city. I mean, don't even get me started about the parking and the crime and the parking and that there isn't enough of it and the crime.
They're not allowed to burn incense at the
they're not hippies, they're yippies. It's yippies
Oh, so
have
that
taken
doesn't
over.
repel them.
Oh, I just dropped your decorative squash here. But it reminds me of a thing I was thinking of.
Protective.
Ted Wheeler has to learn a lesson.
Hey, Jeff.
Oh, hi. Oh, it's my lovely wife, Jamila. Hey, honey, what's going on?
Hey,
Hi.
I think it's about that time.
Oh, no, what do you say?
Say goodnight, Jeff.
Good night, Jeff. Peace to all.
Thank you.